What's up, guys? Welcome back to another amazing night. It is a great week for the Dan and Josh show. Dan sends his love, had to miss tonight. It's okay. The show goes on, as I say. Dan is a little jealous he had to miss this one. Tonight's an important milestone, a huge step forward, and something that we've been trying to do for a long time. In a moment, I'll be bringing on our guest for the day, Kate Kelleghan. I'll introduce her in a second. Talk about someone who has no fear. I thought I was pretty fearless when I did a wheelie on my bike, and I thought I could jump over the cone. I'll tell you what, this girl right here, a mountain climber, professional mountain climber, she'll climb mountains I wouldn't even dream of watching on YouTube. It's insane. This girl's work ethic, her drive, her perfectionist attitude that she has, all while being the most humble person I've ever seen. There's literally no mountain she cannot climb. And as far as we've always talked about female leadership, inspiration, literally overcoming your objections in life, overcoming those hurdles. She's legitimately doing it figuratively and literally. So it's a bucket list item for Dane and I of all the ones we've done. This one we've been trying to get in the making for a long time, so it's finally here. Without any further ado, it's my honor to bring on Miss Kate. Kate, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm amazing. I'm excited to have you again. Humbled. Thank you for making time to do this. I know you're very busy, so thank you for your time. Means a lot.
Oh no, I love to do stuff like this.
Awesome. Well, Kate, it's good to have you. I know before we get too lost in the weeds here, I know your time is precious, so I'll keep it on track for you. But the questions I had for you, I'm going to jump right into it. This body of work that you've established, people know you. It's worldwide. People all over the world watch you, and you probably get DMs all the time about, "Wow, it's cool what you did." This brand of Kate Kelleghan, the rock climbing guru, if you will. I'm curious though when this all started. Maybe take me back to the beginning. Was there like a movie you watched? Was there something that like generated this feel to do it? When did the love for this sport begin? How did you become the rock climber that you are? You will.
Yeah, it's funny. I was not athletic as a kid whatsoever at all. I really hated competitive sports and never really felt like I was drawn to that. I mostly just like did art and listened to music, and that was kind of my thing. And my dad is a climber, so he would take us camping and things, but I had this horrible fear of bugs, which I still have today. Uh, and
Okay.
camping, it was all like not very fun for me. And it wasn't until college that I started trail running, and that was the first time I dipped my toes into the mountains. And I was like, oh wow, I've been missing out so much. And then my dad took me. We climbed a couple of mountains together, just like 14ers. That's just hiking. And then my dad took me climbing on what we call the Flatirons in Boulder, Colorado, and that was the moment where it kind of clicked that that was the thing I had been missing my whole life. It like filled this hole that I didn't even know I had. And from that moment forward, I was absolutely hooked. I signed up for all these rock climbing classes. And yeah, from that literal week forward, it was like climbing as much as I could all the time and totally
Really?
changed my life.
So literally just took a leap of faith, literally got out there and did it, and the next thing you know, you just climbing mountains like nobody's business. That's a credible story. So Pops did it too, right? Dad before you was a mountain climber as
Hmm.
well. Is that correct? It's
Yeah.
really cool. So this no fear thing that you have, I think it's really cool. You've climbed a lot, literally. You can say, I've climbed that mountain. Like it's not just a figurative thing. You've said that. It's cool. All the things you've done. I follow you on social, and I think I get scared of heights watching you. You know what I'm saying? So when I see the videos.
Yeah.
Um, all the things you've done. There's countless endeavors, hiking trails, the different missions, if you will, that you've done, and still more to come. If you were to maybe go back and say, hey, my favorite climb so far, maybe my favorite experience, what mountain, or if I'm using the right phrase, what summit was it? What's been your favorite climbing experience so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard question to answer. I've been really privileged to have so many amazing experiences, and like living in Boulder, Colorado, we have access to so like Rocky Mountain National Park, El Dorado Canyon, Boulder Canyon, all of these amazing climbing areas. And then I started going to Yosemite in California, and that's where things got a lot bigger. But it doesn't necessarily mean they're better. And I would say like the most amazing moments I've had really aren't based on the mountain, but more based
Okay.
on the person I was doing it with or like the people who were involved. And that was, I mean, that's just been magnified with every big goal that I've set is that I have these climbing partners who have come into my life and really pushed me and coached me and like shaped who I've become as a climber and as a person. And those relationships have become just extraordinarily like special and impactful.
Wow. Wow. So it's more so just as a family thing, like this family of rock climbing. We get a little bit of that with the sport world we're in, what we coach as well. But you see these people kind of literally just rallying around you, pushing you to do more. It's a community, it sounds like, right? A community of rock climbers. I love to see your guys like selfies like on your Facebook page where it's like, yeah, just hanging on a mountain today. Might take some photos or you're just a lot more wild than my Facebook, I'm sure. Just hanging here from the side of a mountain. One thing I've always wondered. I'm steering off for a second, but I watch it, especially when we started following you. I find myself watching all these like rock climbing documentaries with your people and your camp and the things you've done. Have you ever done the literally camping on the side of the mountain with the tent thing? That's how does that work? That just blows my mind. How do you do that without freaking out?
Yeah, totally. It's called big walling. And I've done this a few times. When I first went to Yosemite, the big wall there, the biggest one is El Capitan. It's 3,000 feet tall. And it takes a lot of people, like your first time up it can take anywhere from like 3 to 6 days is like a normal time. My first time up the nose route on El Capitan took 3 days, and it was
Oh
a
wow.
totally crazy experience. Absolutely thrashed every day with how much work it was. And we saw some people jump off the top of El Cap to parachute down into the valley at like 5 a.m. on our second day on the wall, which was super crazy to watch. But it's a wild thing to be on the wall and you see all the cars and all the people down below living their lives, just like walking around Yosemite. And you're like 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 feet up watching from above, just like so far away, but so close at the same time. And
Wow.
then as it gets dark, and maybe one of the most magical moments I had was my first time up there and 3,000 feet up, just like on a vertical wall with a little ledge just big enough to fit like your butt. And you're sitting with your legs dangling 3,000 feet up, and just the entire view of the stars at night is so crazy. And that was like a moment where I knew like this is the craziest, coolest thing I could possibly be doing right now.
Literally living a bucket list real time. That's crazy, And there's like a percentage. It's something small like marathoners. The amount of people in the world that do what you do, elite class of people would just take the leap of faith and do it. And I can't even imagine. Like next time you do it, maybe take like an Oculus Sports if you don't mind or something, and kind of get a panoramic. We'll kind of look through the live stream of Kate's, glasses or
Yeah.
whatnot. That's crazy cool. But yeah, when I see that, I've always wondered, how quick, because you see the documentary 2, 3 hours at max, but you're literally, it's a grind, it's a process for you. It's a life experience, 5, 6 days at a time. That's got to be a mental tear, mental grind too, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you definitely have to be prepared to be exposed. You're exposed to the weather and like the rock all the time. It gets
Wow.
really windy every day on El Cap around like early afternoon. And so windy, I mean that it's just like ripping at you for like 2 or 3 hours. You can't hear your climbing partner, and you're just like out there, just like in it.
Wow.
But then it calms down at night and turns really peaceful, and you're hauling bags with you that have all of your supplies, and the bags are really heavy, so you're basically doing like a squat to like haul it every foot.
Wow.
So it's
Yeah.
just very physical, like very physical labor, but totally amazing to just be in these crazy positions. Yeah, 2,000 feet up, like with all just air below you and seeing birds fly by. And yeah,
Wow,
very
man.
cool.
What a like a up close thing of just God's creation. That's crazy cool.
Yeah.
Influences. I know obviously this network that you've cast, man. People look to what you do, and again, now people like you and the Alexes of the world and these names, when people mention it, it's notorious rock climbing. You've kind of built this network, this reputation. Obviously, I know you said dad did it, but is there a couple people like in your circle, maybe rock climbers that we should know about that are influencing you? Maybe a hero, something like that. Who influences you and keeps you sharp day to day, if you will?
Yeah, I mean, there's a few. There's definitely some of the original like Yosemite female climbers, like particularly the speed climbers. I'm more in the speed climbing scene recently, and the big goal that we just pulled off the triple was all speed climbing. And so there are some women over a decade ago who were doing even faster ascents than I'm doing now. Like Libby Sauter, Quinn Brett,
Hmm.
Maya Smith Gobat, who are all breaking boundaries for women then. They were doing things women had never done. They were linking up El Cap and Half Dome in a day. They were doing 2 El Cap routes in a day, and just like doing these
Wow.
big walls in like a matter of hours. So they're always really inspiring to me. But then also there's like my OG mentors, the people who taught me how to build my first anchor, and just like people who you might consider a nobody, but they're like the women who were in my first rock climbing class, and like my first mentor who took me to Rocky Mountain National Park, Tim Hill. It's like just really impactful on like building a strong, safe foundation for me to climb outside. And then when you got into like watching the real rock movies and stuff, like yeah, seeing people like Nina Williams doing crazy stuff in all different fields of climbing, and uh yeah, those people, I mean, it's the whole
Yeah.
gamut of like my some of
Yeah.
my friends in Yosemite, like other people in the search and rescue team. There's a woman who I did the second all-female double L cap day with, Michelle Paulette, and she's just like such a crusher. Just coming into
Yeah.
Yosemite and meeting these people who are doing amazing things. You've never heard of them, and they're just absolute beasts.
Monsters, yeah, I love it. It's cool when you talk about your friend group because they say what you want to be is who you surround yourself with, right? Like your friends and all that. I would just love to
Yeah.
see you guys sitting around one day convo. It's like me and my buddies, hey, let's go catch the game at Applebee's. And you're like, hey, let's go climb a rock somewhere that's like out in the middle of nowhere, 1,000 feet in the air. What a different like conversation that looks like. Yeah, let's go grab, some sandwiches and fries at Burger King. Hey, let's go over here to El Cap and just free solo. Let's go. Like it just what a crazy world, right? It's cool. I love it. Well, it's cool, like the friend group, and it's always usually like that. Like we'll see someone like yourself who has gained notoriety, and it's always those Mr. or Mrs. Miyagi that we don't see behind the scenes, right? Like those Yodas. It's like these are the people that teach you and drive you. That's what inspires you, and that's cool. Nina Williams, I've heard that one, so that's cool to hear that connection there, of course.
Mhm.
Obviously, you do a lot, and congrats, like you said, on the record recently, breaking the record. I watched that and I said, as I'm learning more about the sport, like this is awesome. Kudos to you. Congratulations. Next, though, the next 12 months or so, you're always, if you're anything like any other athlete, I know you're always planning your next event, your next big venture. What's the next year looking like for you? What events? What you got going on for the next year for your brand?
Yeah, it's funny. We pulled off the triple, and that was honestly like a multi-year goal for me. And after that, I'm also a designer. I work designing, doing art and like designing apps. And I was like, man, I actually miss working as design. So I've been like kind of heads down on doing like creative stuff again, which has felt really good. But I'm on a training plan because actually like crack climbing in Yosemite makes you a lot weaker in like other types of climbing. And so I'm shifting back to training to get strong in like those other areas again so I can like come back and start to tackle some of those bigger objectives. And I do have some trips in the future planned, potentially like
Okay.
bigger things next summer. But yeah, we'll see what comes of it. I'm kind of like playing it by ear right now, hoping to just kind of build that base back up and then
Got you.
see what catches the interest.
Training at this point, right? Refocusing energy, right? You guys ever
Yeah.
do? I'm curious. I know different sports require different types. Have you ever done like ever considered it's even possible like a live stream of an entire event? Because that's something you could even pull off. Do you think? I mean, I know it's a multi-day thing, but like live streaming your entire experience, is that something that's possible in the climbing world? Or, I mean, that'd be kind of a cool, panoramic like on the channel, like watching you live as you're doing this, and we all see what's going on. So, could you pull that off? You think? Or
Yeah, I mean, probably. I mean,
be
anything's
cool.
really possible. A lot of climbers do climb with GoPros now. It is kind of annoying to have a camera on your helmet
Gotcha.
because you like
Gotcha.
move your head around a bunch. And actually, it's
Understood.
funny, like climbing actually like isn't the most fun sport to watch because it's actually pretty slow compared to a lot of other sports. But if you do get into speed climbing, like there's an area where maybe people would want to watch that live stream and see what's going
Gotcha.
on while you're
Okay.
like redlining and climbing up
Yeah.
a wall.
That might be a whole thing and to get some commentaries and sponsors and the whole deal. Let's get it. So I love it. Well, Kate, obviously, this next segment, we're known for this. All 300 or so episodes of the show over the course of the last couple of years, we have a trademark segment we do called Rapid Fire. So I'm going to make you laugh a little bit. This is the only part we don't prep before on purpose. Now, what it is, there's no wrong answer. Check this out. We have 5 questions we're going to throw at you. And Dane and I always kind of bet on what we think you're going to say. We'll say, hey, we think we know, almost kind of like a Family Feud. We feel like we know what you're going to say. And you go with the heart. Whatever you pick is cool. Whichever one of us gets closer to getting the picks right, the winner gets lunch provided by the loser. So
Nice.
Dane owes me lunch, I'll owe him lunch, that kind of thing, right? So no pressure, but I have been on kind of a hot streak. I've won about 170, so I'm kind of hoping you go my direction. But again, you don't have to answer fastly. Just go with what you feel is right. There's no wrong answer. During this
Okay.
segment, imagine that reality doesn't exist. You can go back in time into the future. This is kind of a Rorschach test about you, about Kate, about questions, and just what you would pick. Okay, so here we go. So first question, had to go here, had to go jump right into this. They're doing a remake. I love like movies starring female actors that are action packed, like the Kate Beckinsales, the Angelina Jolies. I love every time I see an action movie with the girl actor. I love it. The new Ballerina, loved it. My daughter and I just jammed to it. So you are asked to be kind of a in the next movie, the remake of these two movies. They're coming out. They're important. They're important movies. You get to be in the movie itself. Kate, they're going to make this movie where you're starring in it. Two different ways you can go with this. Very, very different. Option one, you can be Kate in the remake of Cliffhanger. Obviously, had to go there. Had to go with Cliffhanger. Or different shift here. Cliffhanger, or you can be in the next chapter of Star Wars. Cliffhanger, Star Wars, both great, but which way you going?
I probably have to go cliffhanger.
Go, let's go. I had you. I did. Dane thought Star Wars because I know Daisy did a great job. Oh, I had you for a cliffhanger as well. So question two, check this out. Speaking of actors and actresses, things like that, there's going to be a Kate movie coming out in 2030. You're going to get this movie all about you on Lifetime, kind of biopic. They're going to make a whole cool thing about it. And these two ladies say, "I want to be the method actor. I want to play you in this movie coming up. They want to be like the life of Kate in this movie." Love them both, but your two choices that can play you in this movie, you got to pick. You can choose obviously J Lo, or you can choose Angelina Jolie to play you in the upcoming movie. Who's going to play you in the Kate biopic?
Oh man, I mean, I dressed up as Tomb Raider for like 7 years straight. It's gonna be
Did you
Angelina
really? Did
Jolie.
you really?
Yeah.
Okay, going Jolie. Okay, I actually had John J Lo. I did. I really did. I just they because it's "Don't Be Fooled by the Rock." I just had the whole thing going with that song, in the mountains and
I mean, J-Lo
but
is epic. Don't get
yeah.
me wrong.
Got you. Well, Dane's got one on me. That's okay. No worries. So next question, sponsorships. They're huge in what we do. Every sport has it. They love that. So this next one, these two companies say, "Hey, all you got to do, Kate, we'll give you a $5 million sponsorship signing bonus. Here you go. Here it is. To put it in front of you. All you have to do is Jelly Roll style, get our logo tattooed on your face. Okay. $5 million sign-on bonus for the sponsorship. Your two choices, you can be sponsored by Progressive, or it can be sponsored by the Slim Jim people. Progressive, Slim Jim. Just got to get the tattoo. 5 million. Which way you going?
I'm gonna have to go progressive.
Answer. Love it. Two more. So you get a chance to lead a rock climbing team. You're going out and you're in charge of it. A unit. I'm not quite sure the terminology, but you get to lead this team. And what they don't tell you is these are celebrities. You have to be in charge of kind of keeping these celebrities alive. The whole deal. You have two different casts that you can take with you to do this rock climbing adventure. You can take the cast of Reno 9/11 or the cast of Ted Lasso, and you got to keep them alive on this rock climbing excursion. Reno, Ted Lasso, which way you going?
Probably Reno, just because they'll make me laugh more.
Got you. I actually had Ted Lasso. I really did. Man, Dane's
I love
crushing
Tad
me.
Lasso too, but
Yeah. Okay. Dane's crushing me. Okay. Gotcha. So last one. This is the best for last. Obviously, a lot of things, a lot of speaking events, people like you, that motivation, that drive, that inspiration. It's notorious for TED Talks, things like that, right? Like it's infectious, right? So they say, "Hey, Kate, we want you to come do a TED Talk at Michigan University. Come on over. We're going to give you an hour. We're going to do this whole thing on TED Talk." But what they don't tell you before you get on stage is you only have two topics you can talk about. You have to make them inspiring. You got to do your TED Talk, make it epic on these two topics. You got to talk about different types of baked potatoes or different types of pot pies and make it epic and make people inspired. Baked potatoes, pot pies, which way you going?
it's got to be taters.
Let's go. I had you. Like, there's just something to it. Like, yeah, you can mold yourself into this creation and,
Demi
don't
tater
stop.
tots.
Yeah, there you go. So I had that one. Dane next had pot pie, so we tied. So thank you, Kate, for at least letting me tie Dane. He didn't win, so I appreciate that. So sorry, Dane. But yeah, it's a little segment we do called Rapid Fire. Hope you enjoyed that. Just something different than your
Cool.
typical interview questions.
Yeah,
So for the
too
last
funny.
part, and I'll make sure I honor your time, the last segment we call this open mic. What this is about is really the foundation of this show and this platform, what we stand for. Strong female leadership like yourself, someone who has had the courage, has shown it, has lived it, breathed it. It's a testimony. So if you were to go back, maybe tell your younger self or those out there that would like to follow in your footsteps, maybe a mantra, word of wisdom, maybe kind of an open mic, what's some advice you'd give to someone that wants to be like you one day?
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest thing that has stuck with me or has like shown up as I've been talking about these big goals and accomplishing some of this stuff is we as women in particular give ourselves uh rules and barriers and things like half because society tells us we can't do hard, scary things, and half because I don't know, we're like societally conditioned to just be more risk averse. And I think biologically a little bit too, there's some of that. But there was a time when I would tell myself when I started climbing, like, okay, that's a goal maybe I have for like 5 years from now. And then like 2 or 3 months later, one of my friends would be like, oh no, you could like literally do that this year if you wanted. And so I started taking things off of pedestals and stopped telling myself that
Ooh,
was too hard or that was too scary. And like not pedestaling goals, I think was really big for me. Like I stopped, I took everything that I had put on pedestals of like El Cap is really far away, like the Diamond and Longs Peak is really far away, like 513, that grade is really far away, and just said like, let me see what I can do if I just try. And I broke so many barriers and achieved so many things so much faster than I thought was possible. So I think the biggest thing, and especially for women, is don't let that voice that tells you you can't do this thing or it's too hard or it's too scary stop you. Like, see where you can push that and see where you can
wow.
break through. Because there are walls in your mind that you will break through and you'll surprise yourself in some of the stuff that we're capable of. We're way stronger and way more capable than we give ourselves credit for.
Wow, man. So literally kind of normalizing things that seem hard or extraordinary. They always say people that are ordinary just do extraordinary things by doing ordinary things every day, right? And they just step beyond that. So you're kind of talking about literally taking these mountains and turning them into molehills, literally and figuratively, right? Like take this stuff that people say can't be done, and why not? Why can't it be done? My favorite quote of all time is by Muhammad Ali. It says, "Impossible is not a fact; it's an opinion," right? And I live by that. I think that's cool. And you've proven that hey, somebody had to do it. Somebody's going to do it. Why not be me? When you started off in your early days, before the fame of the Instagram, the social and stuff, you were getting started just like anybody else. So it can be done if you put your mind to it. So just to kind of hear that, like you're doing it one step at a time, that's how you do it. And the people out there listening that want to be you one day, one step at a time, take it off the pedestal. Don't make a mountain so big, make it into a molehill. I like how you said normalize. That's really cool. So, wow,
Yeah.
what a, go ahead. I'm rambling here. So.
Yeah, no, I just say don't let people tell you you can't either. Like there are a lot of people out there who, when I voiced my big goals and my dreams, like thought I sounded dumb or like expressed that that was silly. And like while that can really affect somebody, if you just like are like, nope, I'm committed to this goal. I believe in myself. I know I can do it. Like there are always going to be those people around who they
Mhm.
themselves don't believe it's possible, but just because they don't believe it's possible, don't let that affect you and your belief that it's possible.
You said something that kind of made me. I saw this quote too. I love quotes, but it was talking about people that do things never down talk somebody else for doing something. Usually, the haters or the people that are discouraging you, they're the ones that aren't doing it anyway. So, really, what credit did they? What credit do they merit, right? Like you said, your
Mm-hmm.
friend group, everybody around you saying, "No, you can do this," because they're doing it too. They know it's possible. So, I think
Yeah.
influence around you is huge. Finding a support group, people that are in the same like mind as you, that's huge to achieving your goals, right?
Yeah, totally.
I
Great
love that.
friends really makes it happen.
That's cool, man. So, Kate, I'm telling you, it's amazing what you're doing. Thank you again for allowing us to kind of reschedule a couple times and make this happen. This is a monumental thing that we really wanted to accomplish on this show, and thank you for being a part of that. What you're doing is, trust me, we're big fans. We'll be watching every event you do. We're kind of like celebrating it, sharing it, telling people about it. I can't wait to see what you do in the future. Obviously, as always, don't be afraid to come on the show again, an alum, if you will. So, as more events happen and more things, you have a home here. We're going to keep shouting you out and keep on praising and celebrating you. And we'd love to have you back sometime in the future. Okay. So
Yeah, thanks so much. And also we made a documentary about the triple that's coming out in the spring. So if you're interested, I can send that over when it comes out.
please, please, I will be the first to share it. I will share it. I will get the links out. If you want to DM it to me and let me know, I will absolutely share that. We'll make that a thing on the show. Absolutely. So
Cool. Awesome. Yeah,
maybe
we're stoked.
maybe when you drop it, we can come back and you and the producer, or however you like to do it, come back and kind of rediscuss it. let's go ahead and book that now for March. Come back. Let's talk about it on the show and let's get it out for the world to see. Okay. So,
Yeah, we should get Laura, my climbing partner, on here. She's French and she's she's maybe more fun talking than
okay.
I am even.
Well, I think you did. I think it was amazing. Like you did a fantastic way, like breaking the sport down for us, those that are kind of too afraid to do it. I'm still afraid, but I'm a little less afraid than what I was yesterday, right? So thank you for what you do. So, okay, let's do it again sometime. Much love. Thanks for all you do, and let's make sure we stay in touch. Okay. So
Great. Thank you so much.
much love. Thank you so much, guys. But guys, that's Kate. I'm telling you, Kate's an amazing inspiration. I meant every word I said. That style of do it now and don't worry about what others think. I love that mentality. Hey, those that are discouraging you are the ones that aren't doing it anyway. Don't listen to the critics because typically the critics aren't doing it. So, friend group, support group, surrounding yourself with people that challenge you. Dare I say, I heard her even say a couple times, challenging herself to be around people that maybe have done a few more events than her to up her game, if you will. So those of you listening, whether it's young or old, if you're wanting to accomplish something, maybe it's not rock climbing, maybe it's maybe running a marathon, maybe it's a 5K, maybe it's learning to take on a new sport, something different. Find somebody else that's already done it, that knows how to do it. There's a group for everything out there. You can find Facebook groups for everything, support groups that out there. Find a person or a group that does what you're doing to spur you on to give you that momentum. Don't listen to the critics, guys. So, well, that was a good one. Dane really missed out tonight, so that's okay. Got to soak this up. But all of you guys out there, thank you as always for listening. We got many, many more episodes to come in season five. Season five is rolling right along. Got some great stuff coming up next month we'll get into. But on behalf of Dane and Josh and all of you out there listening, don't forget as always that we love you and thank you for listening.